Have you ever stopped within the ordinary flow of your life to truly ponder why certain people seem to move through the world, enveloped in an almost palpable shield of invisible protection, possessing an aura of profound, unshakable peace that no external adversity or negative energy appears capable of penetrating? This quality, this distinct luminescence, is not merely a quirk of random fortune or a capricious gift bestowed upon a lucky few. This deep inner light, this absolutely stable and positive energy, is in every sense the predictable and consistent outcome of a deliberate, sustained, and highly conscious spiritual choice. It stands as compelling evidence that any individual, regardless of their past or present circumstances, holds the intrinsic power to radically transform their personal electromagnetic field, thus becoming a powerful, intentional magnet for the highest, most benevolent spiritual forces that govern the entire universe. Through the systematic, painstaking, and truly transformative revelations that were carefully compiled and presented to humanity by the esteemed philosopher and educator Allan Kardec, we are given the undeniable truth that the spiritual world, the true causal dimension of existence, is not some distant, abstract, or unreachable plane, but is in fact infinitely closer, more interwoven with our daily reality, and more actively engaged with us than most people dare to imagine. This world of intelligent spirits is not passively awaiting humanity's eventual perfection. It is actively waiting for you, the individual, to take the very first conscious step towards initiating a clear, moral, and energetic alignment. You possess the sovereign power to deliberately open and purify your own personal channel of spiritual connection, to actively and formally invite these beneficent, guiding presences to watch over, protect, and illuminate every path you choose to take in this incarnation. However, for this sacred and profound alliance to be established and to endure, you must first possess the clarity to understand the exact energetic and moral conditions that these advanced beings seek. They are not, contrary to popular, often superstitious belief, primarily attracted or swayed by complicated, mechanically performed rituals, elaborate physical ceremonies, or the costly procurement of material tokens. Instead, they respond to something infinitely more simple, more accessible, and exponentially more powerful: your consistent, sincere daily conduct and the authentic moral quality of your innermost being. The sum of what you habitually choose to do, the specific language you use, and the prevailing tone of your thoughts, all these elements coalesce to generate a powerful, measurable magnetic field, a psychic atmosphere that will either irresistibly summon the high-frequency companionship of celestial guides, or just as powerfully, draw in disruptive lower chaos and confusion. The moment has arrived for you to claim absolute, total and conscious control over this profound energetic reality that is your life. This comprehensive journey will meticulously unpack the most essential, spiritually transformative habits you can adopt, methods revealed through the structure of Spiritism, designed to spiritually fortify and protect your life once and for all. Prepare yourself not just to live, but to become a radiant lighthouse, a stable, unwavering point of attraction for the highest possible protection and elevated guidance from the superior planes of existence. The initial, and arguably the most foundational step in the journey to become a reliable, welcoming magnet for the noble spirits of light is the deep, spiritual recognition that your physical house is far more than a simple structure of wood, brick, and glass where you merely rest and sleep. According to the foundational principles of Spiritism, your house is an extension of your innermost being, a living temple, a palpable reservoir of the collective thoughts and feelings of all who dwell within its walls. If you fail to treat your physical dwelling with this appropriate level of sanctity, reverence, and spiritual intention, you are passively allowing it to become an energetic vacuum, an attracting force for the very forms of low, dense, and troublesome energies that you are consciously trying to avoid in your life. When you awaken each morning and deliberately refuse to dedicate even a few focused moments to mentally or verbally bless and consecrate your living space, you are essentially leaving the energetic doors and windows of your home wide open, creating an unrestricted access point for all the disruptive, heavy, and morally questionable influences circulating in the external environment. The systematic revelations collected and documented by Allan Kardec, particularly concerning the doctrine of fluids, have conclusively shown that your residence functions much like a living, absorbent organism, an expansive spiritual canvas that meticulously absorbs and retains the energetic imprint of every conscious intention, every spoken word, and every deeply felt thought that you and others project into its atmosphere. To internalize this teaching, you must envision every wall, every piece of furniture, and every decorative object within your home as a cellular component, each of which actively reacts and subtly adjusts its vibration in response to the collective and individual emotional quality of your innermost beliefs and feelings. If you cultivate the consistent habit of moving through your home with an attitude of profound, genuine gratitude, and consciously articulate words of blessing, peace, and sincere appreciation, you are engaging in a powerful, deliberate form of spiritual engineering. You are quite literally programming the space itself, its atmosphere, its furniture, and its fluidic envelope to resonate at the pure, elevated frequency that characterizes the forces of the higher spiritual spheres. Spiritual mentors who operate with an acutely sensitive perception of the delicate balance of spiritual fluids not only recognize and appreciate this committed act of deliberate consecration, but are in fact magnetically drawn to homes that consistently engage in this intentional practice. They immediately recognize that within those walls lives an individual or a family who has correctly understood the critical importance of the spiritual environment and who has consciously chosen to actively fight for and maintain their own inner and outer luminescence. This necessitates the establishment of a genuinely sacred and non-negotiable routine, a spiritual discipline that must not be broken or neglected. Upon awakening, you should not merely drift aimlessly. Instead, move through your home with a focused, pure intention. You must do more than just walk. You must feel and connect with the essence of each room. Spend moments in the living room, the kitchen, the bedrooms, and the bathroom. And in each place, deliberately visualize a brilliant, luminous, golden white light energetically sweeping through and thoroughly purifying every single corner and crevice. Allow this intense light to saturate every piece of furniture, every stored object, every single centimeter of the dwelling, and your practice must not cease there. While this daily blessing is critically important for immediate maintenance, a deeper, more comprehensive monthly consecration ritual is what will ensure a complete and lasting renewal of the home's fundamental spiritual atmosphere. This discipline is akin to constantly tuning a musical instrument of immense value to ensure it never deviates from its perfect pitch. When you consistently adopt this spiritual discipline, a profound transformation occurs. Your house ceases to be a common, simple dwelling and structurally transforms into a luminous beacon, a clear reference point in the spiritual geography of your neighborhood for celestial protection and guidance. Highly evolved spirits of light will naturally begin to frequent your environment, establishing a natural, high-frequency shielding that all lower, disruptive, or troublesome energies simply cannot breach or traverse. This foundational habit is not merely a starting point. It is the essential, unyielding cornerstone upon which the successful implementation of all other subsequent practices must be built. Your physical house fundamentally transitions from being a simple, ordinary place of residence to a bona fide sanctuary, a territory spiritually consecrated where the divine manifests through your everyday gestures of spiritual love and profound reverence. Beyond the generalized, sincere daily blessings, there exists a specialized formula, a specific, potent spiritual password that the superior planes instantly recognize and respond to as a direct, urgent, and compelling appeal for immediate and focused protection over you and your dwelling. This is not simply one general prayer among many. It is a profound, concentrated invocation, the intentional, deeply felt repetition of a sacred, affirming declaration. When you enter each separate room of your home, stand in its center and assert with unwavering faith the triple declaration, "My home is blessed, shielded, and visited by the light." You are simultaneously activating a core, ancient spiritual technology that draws power from the fundamental laws of fluidic resonance and intention. The conscious triple use of the number 3 is far from a coincidence. It is, in the cosmology of spiritual philosophy, the powerful representation of the divine Trinity, symbolizing the complete, whole, and perfect manifestation of a concentrated intention within the boundless dimensions of the universe. The profound revelations that Allan Kardec received regarding the creative and destructive power of thought and word make it clear that words are never mere empty sounds, inert carriers of information. On the contrary, they are tangible carriers of vibratory frequencies, possessing the actual power to spiritually construct or actively dismantle the very fabric of reality around you. When you confidently pronounce these decrees with a deep, consuming faith that originates not from your mouth, but from the core of your soul, you are generating powerful sonic waves that effortlessly tear through the subtle veil separating the physical and spiritual dimensions, reaching the keenly attentive spiritual ears of the benevolent guides who stand ready and willing to respond instantly to your conscious call. Every single syllable of this triple decree possesses a specific spiritual function that is highly effective against lower, obscuring influences. The word blessed in the first repetition immediately calls upon and invokes the pure, continuous divine presence. The word shielded in the second repetition establishes an immediate high-frequency barrier and impenetrable defense against all forms of negative, disquieting, or injurious spiritual influences. And the final phrase, visited by the light, in the third repetition, is a formal, clear invitation for luminous spiritual mentors and advanced celestial beings to actively inhabit and reside in your consecrated space. The conscious, reverent triple repetition is what geometrically amplifies this spiritual power to a degree that is beyond your immediate intellectual comprehension. It acts as a powerful cosmic bell, a resounding signal that echoes with clarity across all dimensions, immediately alerting the spiritual guardians of your serious, legitimate need for immediate protection and guidance. You must practice this essential technique with a profound reverence, an absolute conviction, and an almost sacred intentionality. Enter each room, place yourself purposefully in its center, and after taking a deep, calming breath, release the sacred decree with the full, pure force of your focused soul. Truly feel each word resonating deep within your chest, vibrating outwards like a controlled, focused burst of spiritual light ready to explode into the atmosphere. Spirits of light, who operate on the principle of moral merit and sincere intention, perceive this practice as a clear, unmistakable sign that you have undergone a genuine spiritual maturation, that you have grasped the serious, non-negotiable nature of invoking and maintaining this level of sustained protection. When you meticulously establish this routine, your home becomes a permanently demarcated territory, clearly claimed by and permeated with pure spiritual light. Disturbing entities, who are fundamentally repelled by this high-focused frequency, recognize this impenetrable shielding and immediately retreat in energetic discomfort, while the celestial mentors feel formally invited and naturally comfortable to take up residence within this protected, harmonious space. This specific triple decree is not a fleeting, superstitious ritual. It is a master key that directly opens portals of high communication, transforming your simple residence into an unconquerable, enduring temple of divine protection. It is absolutely crucial to fully grasp that every solitary word you permit to issue forth from your mouth acts as a potent, energetic seed that you are actively and constantly planting in the spiritual soil of your immediate environment, particularly within your home. The specific quality and moral tone of the language you allow to circulate and take root in your dwelling will directly and infallibly determine the precise type of spiritual energy and the corresponding spiritual inhabitants that will naturally flourish there. If you negligently fail to establish clear, conscious, and rigorously uplifting standards for the language used by yourself and your family, your house will quickly and inevitably degrade into a dense, low-vibrational, spiritual quagmire. Allan Kardec, through his systematic inquiries, brought us the profound truth that the nature and moral tone of our daily language exert a direct and immediate influence on the moral caliber of the spiritual presences that are drawn to and remain with us. Words are not, in the spiritual economy, passive tools. They possess an intense, creative, fluidic power that can actively mold, refine, or conversely corrupt the energetic reality that surrounds you. You must conceptually think of your home as a highly sensitive spiritual laboratory, where every word spoken acts as a potent, active ingredient. Expressions that are base, vulgar, profane, or consistently aggressive are, in this sense, a form of spiritual venom for the atmosphere, instantly creating a toxic environment that actively drives away celestial guides and simultaneously lures in undesirable low-level companions, be they embodied or disembodied, that you absolutely do not wish to be near your family. Spirits of light, beings of profound sensitivity and refined moral perception, feel an intense, palpable discomfort in any environment where the language commonly spoken is consistently degrading, crude, or morally coarse. They perceive these low, jarring vibrations as a sharp, painful spiritual dissonance, a form of psychic noise that fundamentally interferes with the pure, peaceful, high-frequency harmony they require to manifest clearly, communicate effectively, and operate successfully. The time is now to establish a sacred, indispensable domestic legislation. Your home requires clear, non-negotiable rules of conduct that sincerely honor and respect the profound, creative power of the human word. You must make it perfectly clear to every single occupant and visitor that certain forms of expression and specific words are absolutely not welcome within this sacred, intentional space. This vital measure is not a form of moral or artistic censorship. It is, rather, a profound act of conscious spiritual elevation and self-respect. You must train yourself to automatically substitute words of low, dense vibration with positive equivalents that authentically express your complex feelings in a dignified, uplifting, and respectful manner. As you meticulously maintain this rigorous verbal discipline, an extraordinary, predictable spiritual phenomenon begins to manifest. Your home will rapidly develop a harmonious, pure frequency that resonates directly and clearly with the spiritual dimensions above our own. Spirits of light will increasingly begin to perceive your dwelling as a refined, pure environment where they can comfortably and effectively operate and reside. This essential purification of language benefits not only your individual spiritual progression, but serves to powerfully elevate the spiritual quality of your entire family unit, ensuring that children grow up instinctively treating words as the sacred, powerful seeds they truly are. You must remember this singular truth. Every single word you consciously permit to circulate within your home is a direct, measurable vote on the precise type of positive or negative energy you choose to consciously cultivate within your personal, sacred sanctuary. There is no longer any room for spiritual carelessness. You must accept the reality that protecting your home and family requires a specific, intentional strategy of defense, a dedicated spiritual combat against the pervasive influence of lower mental fields. The fourth essential step in this strategy is the total, conscious, and unyielding elimination of specific, highly charged words that function as powerful, undeniable magnets for dense, difficult, or troublesome energies. There are particular common expressions within our daily lexicon that carry such a low, dark, vibratory frequency that they possess the intrinsic capacity to tear the delicate energetic fabric of your environment, creating small, localized spiritual distortions. When you courageously and firmly remove these expressions from your vocabulary, you are actively and systematically closing down undesirable, dangerous vibrational portals that constantly attract unwanted attention. The channeled revelations meticulously collected by Allan Kardec have demonstrated that common words such as misfortune, calamity, poverty, ruin, disaster, and misery are not merely passive adjectives or descriptions of negative states. In the spiritual mechanics of the universe, they are active, low-frequency distress signals, acting as potent verbal invitations and direct calls to inferior, disruptive forces. When you carelessly pronounce these words, even if done lightly, habitually, or without conscious male intent, you are transmitting a potent, low-level vibratory signal that reverberates clearly across all the lower spiritual dimensions and levels of existence. Troublesome, disquieting spirits instantly recognize these specific, dense frequencies as a clear, open invitation to approach your sphere and actively partake in the dense, negative energy and emotional turbulence that you are generating. Spirits of light, conversely, beings of profound moral insight and clear perception, are intensely and positively attracted to environments where these specific, low-vibrational trap words have been definitively and permanently banned. They recognize that within those walls lives an individual who has fully grasped the profound magnetic power of intentional language and who has made the conscious, difficult choice to exclusively use words that spiritually elevate and uplift, rather than those that depress or spiritually debase the environment. You must meticulously cultivate a constant, elevated awareness over every single expression that is about to leave your mouth. If you ever perceive that one of these dark, dense words is about to escape, you must, in that very instant, choose a substitute expression that honors the supreme dignity of your sacred home and the spiritual progress you are striving to achieve. The simplest, most effective course of action is often merely to eliminate them entirely. There is no absolute, binding need to find a direct positive substitute. The essential act is simply to make the unshakable, permanent decision to never utter those specific, toxic words again. This transformation in your linguistic habits will initiate a massive, profound, energetic revolution within your home's spiritual atmosphere. Each negative, dark word that you successfully banish from your vocabulary is akin to consciously removing a huge, heavy rock from the pathway, a rock that was previously blocking the clear, free passage of pure light and celestial influence. Your home will progressively, inevitably become more luminous, a stable, powerful beacon of attraction for benevolent, supportive presences. You must educate your entire family about this profound principle, explaining clearly that specific words are, in the fluidic reality, distinct passwords that actively open dimensional portals, and that your family, as a unified, conscious spiritual unit, has made the firm joint decision to only open those portals that lead directly to pure light, protection, and elevated guidance. When you maintain this elevated, conscious verbal discipline, the spirits of light will come to view your specific residence as a stable, reliable oasis of purity and conscious intention, a place where they can peacefully and effectively reside without any of the discomforting, jarring, vibratory noise of the lower planes. You must exercise critical and constant discernment over what you allow to enter through your ears, because the specific soundscape and the choice of music you permit to permeate your home functions as either a compelling, clear invitation or a powerful, effective spiritual repellent for all the various spiritual forces. When you consciously and consistently select music, the melodies, the rhythms, and the lyrics that vibrate in perfect, clear synchronicity with the universal principles of love, spiritual advancement, and pure harmony, you are actively constructing a unique, magnetic atmosphere that naturally and powerfully attracts the willing presence of celestial beings. Allan Kardec, in the Spirit's book, received profound revelations concerning the nature of sound and music in the spiritual economy. The Spirits made it clear that the superior planes are continuously permeated by their own celestial symphony, a complex melody composed of extremely high, pure vibrations that constantly resonate throughout their dimension. Highly evolved spirits are intrinsically and strongly drawn to physical environments where the terrestrial music chosen intentionally reflects and mirrors this celestial, high-frequency harmony. You must learn to imagine your home not just as a physical structure, but as a giant, highly sensitive tuning fork that adjusts its vibrational pitch precisely according to the emotional and spiritual frequencies you allow to be played and absorbed within its space. Songs and instrumental pieces that powerfully exalt selfless love, complex melodies that genuinely stir and touch the deepest parts of the soul, and lyrics that consciously aim to elevate the human spirit all work together to create harmonic, pure sound waves that effortlessly break down and traverse the barriers between the spiritual and physical dimensions. The spiritual mentors, with their refined sensitivity, perceive these pure, elevated sounds not as mere entertainment, but as a clear, urgent spiritual call to approach and interact. They recognize in this elevated music a universal spiritual language that transcends the limits of human words, a direct, immediate form of communication between all souls, both embodied and disembodied, who are sincerely seeking the same pure, divine essence. Consequently, you must take the decisive step of completely and permanently banning from your home any music that consciously celebrates or promotes deep melancholy, nihilistic revolt, spiritual desperation, or intense, uncontrolled disharmony. These specific musical genres, regardless of their artistic merit, function in the spiritual sense as dense, obscuring clouds that actively suffocate the pure spiritual light within your environment. Lyrics that deliberately promote deep sadness, profound discouragement, or spiritual despair actively create heavy magnetic fields that violently repel and drive away luminous, helpful presences. Your action must be to create and cultivate a sacred, personalized playlist for your entire residence. You must choose songs that speak explicitly of true gratitude, unwavering hope, unconditional love, and continuous spiritual growth. Allow these pure, uplifting melodies to permeate every single room, creating a continuous, purifying sonic bath that consistently cleanses, lifts, and elevates the collective atmosphere. When you firmly establish this musical harmony, a magical and transformative event occurs. Your home instantaneously develops a high-frequency vibrational signature that clearly resonates and aligns directly with the superior spiritual dimensions. The simple physical air within your home serves a function far beyond the mere necessity of breathing. It is, in a fluidic sense, a critical sensory battleground, a highly sensitive medium that constantly absorbs and reflects the spiritual tone of the environment. The sixth essential habit, maintaining your home in a state of impeccable conscious cleanliness while ensuring it exudes elevated, pure, and natural fragrances, is a direct action that creates a powerful spiritual field, one that attracts the willing presence of celestial beings in a consistently extraordinary manner. The spiritual revelations gathered and studied by Allan Kardec consistently revealed that the higher spiritual planes maintain an atmosphere that is naturally and continuously perfumed. Evolved spirits reside in dimensions where subtle, immensely pure, and intensely cleansing fragrances constantly permeate their environment. When these mentors, by necessity, choose to draw closer to our denser physical dimension, they are intuitively and strongly attracted to earthly environments that actively reflect and mirror this purity of aroma and fluidic cleanliness. A home that is maintained in a state of physical and energetic order, and which is gently permeated with pure, intentional fragrance, acts as a crucial, reliable sensory bridge that significantly eases communication, facilitates their work, and enhances the entire process of spiritual protection. You must envision that every agreeable, natural aroma in your home acts as a spiritual, olfactory invitation specifically addressed to the beings of light. Natural, pure fragrances, carefully chosen sacred incenses, and the resolute maintenance of impeccable cleanliness all combine to create a coherent, high-frequency atmosphere that resonates perfectly with the superior spiritual frequencies, thereby transforming your physical residence into an appealing, welcoming territory for benevolent presences. Spirits of light possess an incredibly acute, developed sensitivity to aromas. They can instantly and infallibly perceive if an environment is energetically dense, stagnated, or truly clean, primarily through the quality of the surrounding fragrances and the fluidic quality of the air. Conversely, houses plagued by disagreeable odors, spiritual stagnation, or palpable low energy act as a sharp, painful repellent to these luminous presences. This necessitates the establishment of an unwavering routine of both physical and aromatic purification. You must ensure that all rooms are kept meticulously, impeccably clean, free of dust, clutter, and anything that represents stagnation. Use pure, natural fragrances that genuinely elevate the spirit, such as high-quality essential oils or carefully selected sacred incenses, which are used not for pleasure but for purification. Critically, you must ensure that every single room exudes a continuous sensation of light, freshness, and spiritual renewal. It is vital to avoid overpowering, synthetic or artificial perfumes, which can sometimes confuse or overload the acute spiritual sensitivity of your celestial visitors. When you consistently and meticulously maintain this discipline, your home will progressively develop a unique, pure energetic signature, one that the spirits of light instantly recognize as a prepared, worthy sanctuary. Despite the critical importance of ritual, word, and environment, the seventh and most foundational habit that effortlessly attracts the most elevated spirits of light is the unwavering, active practice of true charity and pure, unselfish love. This moral quality is, according to the totality of Allan Kardec's teachings, the supreme law of the universe and the ultimate litmus test for all spiritual progress. As documented extensively in the Gospel according to Spiritism, charity, in its truest sense, is benevolence towards all, indulgence for the imperfections of others, and an unyielding readiness to forgive all offenses. Spirits of high rank are not merely interested in the external cleanliness of your house. They are profoundly and fundamentally drawn to the pure moral state of the soul residing within. They are the living embodiment of this supreme law. A soul that actively and sincerely seeks to alleviate the suffering of others, whether through genuine material assistance, comforting words, or the silent, sincere outpouring of pure thought, is a soul that instantly and perfectly aligns its vibrational frequency with the celestial spheres. Every act of true self-forgetful charity generates a brilliant, powerful light in the spiritual atmosphere, an emanation of pure, dense spiritual fluid that acts as an irresistible magnetic force. When you intentionally engage in acts of goodness, you are consciously creating an enormous deposit of positive spiritual fluid within your perispirit, which then radiates outward into your environment. This is the fluid that repels darkness and attracts the light. Therefore, the spiritual mentors see a life dedicated to service, compassion, and the constant striving for moral improvement as the highest form of invocation, far more powerful than any mere verbal decree or material offering. They recognize that where there is active, sincere charity, there is an already established fertile ground for their spiritual work, and they will invariably gather there to support and strengthen the one who strives to follow the Master's path. The external habits, the blessings, the pure words, and the elevated music are only genuinely effective and spiritually sustainable when they are firmly rooted in a corresponding, deeply committed inner discipline, the practice of continuous moral self-correction and honest, rigorous introspection. The noble spirits of light are attracted not by the appearance of sanctity, but by the elevated, sincere moral fiber of the soul residing in the house. As meticulously outlined in the Spirit's Book and the Gospel according to Spiritism, genuine spiritual affinity is fundamentally established on the basis of profound moral convergence, not on facility of communication or mediumistic talent. This means that in order to consistently attract and sustain the companionship of the truly advanced pure spirits, you must dedicate yourself to the relentless, difficult, but necessary labor of overcoming your own lower inherited inclinations, those deep-seated flaws such as profound impatience, corrosive selfishness, destructive vanity, and entrenched pride. You must commit yourself to the daily practice of examining your own thoughts, analyzing your specific motivations, and scrupulously correcting any tendency, however subtle, that actively deviates from the supreme, universal law of love and pure charity. This internal spiritual labor, this unrelenting effort to refine and improve your moral character, creates an authentic, self-generated, inner spiritual luminescence, a brightness of the soul that spirits of high elevation recognize to be the single most potent, enduring, and non-manipulable magnetic force in the entire universe. The practice of know thyself, as taught by the spirits, is the cornerstone of this evolution. Before going to sleep each night, you should take a moment of quiet solitude to reflect on the past day. Ask yourself, what have I done today? Have I intentionally or unintentionally offended anyone? Have I failed to perform a good deed that I had the opportunity to do? By consistently holding yourself accountable to this inner court of consciousness, you purify your perispirit of the negative fluidic deposits accumulated through moral error and proactively invite the protective, guiding influence of your celestial mentor. This inner refinement ensures that your external environment remains a sanctuary because the core vibration is being purified from the inside out. You must grasp the profound spiritual truth that the raw, pure essence of nature itself is an active, powerful spiritual portal. The ninth essential habit that wins the heart of the spirits of light and facilitates their visitation is the consistent, intentional presence of healthy living flowers and vibrant, flourishing plants within your residence. When you consciously undertake the effort to cultivate what is, in essence, a small, tangible celestial garden inside your physical dwelling, you are physically establishing natural, energetic gateways that greatly facilitate the manifestation, peaceful dwelling, and prolonged stay of elevated spiritual mentors. Allan Kardec received significant revelations detailing the intimate, symbiotic connection between the simple, quiet beauty of flowers and the refined vibrations of the superior dimensions. In the higher spiritual spheres, magnificent idealized gardens perpetually bloom in eternal, vibrant existence, constantly irradiating sublime, perfect colors and exquisite, pure essences that serve to spiritually nourish and uplift the souls of the most evolved spirits residing there. When you deliberately bring a fragment of this divine terrestrial beauty into your material plane, you establish a direct, immediate, and powerful resonance with those high-frequency dimensions. Each living flower that you carefully place in your home acts as a vibrant, luminous beacon, a clear, unmistakable signal that shines brightly to the superior planes. Spirits of light are irresistibly and joyfully attracted to environments where the divine creative nature is allowed to manifest through these perfect, transient creations. The simple act of tending to and caring for a living plant, a geranium, a rose, or an orchid, is an act of profound spiritual communion, a fluidic exchange that elevates your personal vibration. Specific living flowers hold specific fluidic properties. White lilies, for instance, naturally radiate a pure, intense fluidic quality that connects directly with angelic energies. Sunflowers channel the powerful solar force and spiritual vitality, and simple, fragrant herbs can act as subtle, continuous purifiers of the surrounding fluidic atmosphere. The mentors of light perceive the continuous presence of living, well-cared-for flora as clear, visible proof that here resides an individual who consciously honors and respects the profound beauty and complexity of the Creator's work. They recognize this simple, loving gesture as a sign of high spiritual refinement, sensitivity, and moral understanding. Therefore, you must take the intentional step of creating an internal, sacred garden, no matter how small. Place fresh, healthy flowers and thriving plants in various rooms. Tend to them with genuine spiritual love, because each flower and each plant is a living, breathing entity that actively contributes its own pure life force to the continuous vibratory elevation of your personal sanctuary. By maintaining living flora in your home, you are offering continuous celestial hospitality, providing your spiritual visitors with an environment that beautifully reflects the quiet harmony and subtle, perfect beauty of the higher, purer dimensions. The final 10th habit that inspires the deepest, most profound reverence and immediate focused attention in the spirits of light is the consistent, intentional practice of conscious magnetic invocation, combined with the clear, necessary appeal to the spiritual defenders. When you articulate the specific, charged words that formally and respectfully open the energetic doors of your house to the essence of light, you are simultaneously activating a direct, powerful call that resonates with immediate clarity across all the celestial hierarchies, and you are ensuring that the pathway is secured by powerful, protective forces. You must use and internalize the profound, sacred formula revealed through the systematic, benevolent guidance of Allan Kardec's communicators, an invocation that is built on the dual principle of invitation and defense. My home is wide open to the essence of light to enter and reside. My home is wide open for blessed spirits to come here and constantly care for it and protect it. This invocation is the final essential master key that effectively unlocks and stabilizes the dimensional portals. When you pronounce it with a pure, unselfish intention and a faith that is so solid it consumes every doubt, you are transmitting a formal, clear, and universally recognized invitation to the superior spiritual hierarchies. Celestial mentors immediately recognize this specific invocation as a conscious, sincere, and serious request for constant protection and guidance, and they respond without delay to this deliberate, heartfelt call. It is absolutely essential to complement this opening practice with the specific, necessary sacred protection of the spiritual warriors and defenders. Consciously invoke the pure, luminous sword of the higher light, the symbol of justice and moral clarity, to completely shield your home against all forms of energetic storms, turbulence, and unforeseen low-level attacks. Clearly call upon the powerful, flaming sword of the courageous, defending forces to instantly cut, neutralize and repel every negative, disquieting, or insidious influence that may dare to attempt to penetrate the sacred perimeter of your established sanctuary. This powerful dual protection, the active, heartfelt opening to the pure, incoming light, coupled with the firm, necessary shielding against the darkness, creates a perfect, balanced, and stable energetic field within your residence. Spirits of light immediately feel both warmly invited and absolutely protected, while all lower disturbing entities encounter barriers that are spiritually insurmountable and deeply deterrent. You must practice this essential, stabilizing invocation regularly, preferably during moments of quiet solitude, deep concentration, and focused spiritual receptivity. Position yourself confidently in the very center of your house, and in your mind's eye, extend your arms wide in a symbolic gesture of profound, sincere spiritual welcome. Pronounce the sacred words with deep reverence, unwavering conviction, and genuine gratitude. When you establish this final practice as a true, unwavering, sacred routine, your home fundamentally transitions into a stable, powerful point of pure light on the spiritual map of your immediate region. High-level celestial mentors will begin to frequent your dwelling consistently, establishing an unbroken, permanent current of pure protection, ongoing guidance, and continuous spiritual upliftment. These 10 profoundly important habits are not mere philosophical suggestions. They are a direct, detailed, and proven plan of spiritual action to permanently transform the energetic atmosphere of your home and your life, creating an unassailable temple where the pure divine light of the Creator can dwell, manifest, and radiate constantly and powerfully.